lost like 17 pounds in the month of March alone. It's been crazy. So I wouldn't have been able to do it without all these positive influences around me. Hello everybody and welcome to Vibing Out with Texony. I'm your host Texony, aka Mr. WorldVibe. And what we have here is a community to give local voices a public platform of shared ideas, knowledge, and perspectives. So this is a interesting episode today. We're here, episode 78. It's a topic Tuesday, and the topic is what I eat in a day. So I eat a lot, but I eat very consciously, very intentionally, because I have a fitness coach, because I care about what I'm eating. I'm trying to lose body fat. So I think I eat very, intelligently for myself, but I'm still learning. And so there's a lot of information in this episode. I'm going to give to you a lot of my perspectives and experience. I've done a lot of posts on my Instagram, on my Snapchat of all my food. And a lot of people have been enjoying that, been messaging me. And I also do quizzes on my stories too. So a lot of y'all have been enjoying all my food posts. I thought, you know what, might as well have a topic Tuesday all about my food. And yeah, a lot has been learned. I've learned so much recently, and I'm just excited to share the information, pass it along to y'all so you can continue to make healthy and, sensible food choices for yourself. So before we start, I just want to say that this video took a lot of effort. This podcast took a lot of more effort than usual because of all the extra video filming, extra research I had to do. So if you wouldn't mind, please give this video, if you're watching on YouTube, a like. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or on YouTube, if you're watching, please subscribe so you don't miss another episode. And I would love that. I'd appreciate that so much. And yeah, let's get started with this episode. I have so much to explain. We're going to do three things. So I'm going to talk about when I'm not eating. I'm going to talk about when I'm eating, what I'm eating. And I'm going to talk about my supplements. So there's three different things. So let's start with number one is when I'm not eating. So I don't eat all day. I don't just wake up and eat and just eat till I sleep. No, okay. I do intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is when you only eat for a certain amount of time, and then for a certain amount of time you're fasting. So for me, I follow 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating, which makes 24 hours. So I typically start eating around 10 or 11 a.m. and I'll stop eating around 6 or 7 p.m. So why do people intermittent fast? What's the benefits of it? The biggest benefit you can really get from this is, so when you're not eating, your GI or gastrointestinal tract, when you're not eating, this has more time to rest and repair. And what it does is it actually uses fat from your body when you don't have any available, energy, calories in your body to use as energy. It'll use your fat storage as energy. So you'll basically burn fat better when you are in when you don't have any calories in your body, basically. So that's why people do intermittent fasting, so they burn more fat. And it helps with metabolism, and there's so much more research I could get into, but that's the main reason I do it. And I've been doing intermittent fasting for, I want to say almost a year now. It's pretty easy to me, and it's just the way I eat every single day, basically. So before I eat, before 10, 11 a.m., I will work out as well, because apparently, you can work out without eating, or you can eat then work out. I much rather prefer working out. It's called fasted workouts or fasted cardio, where you don't have any food in your system. Again, I find that I work out pretty well without food in my stomach. I just feel like I weigh less. I feel like I just have better performance because I'm not lifting weights, so I don't have to have a lot of energy. And especially when I'm doing running and stuff like that, I don't want to have food in my stomach because, as you may know, when you run, you actually speed up the metabolism. You speed up the digestion process, so it can upset your stomach if you're running or exercising on a full stomach. So I just usually work out before I eat. I also drink a lot of water and black coffee, which you'll see. I drink a lot of water in the morning, and I'll drink a coffee as well. Black coffee does not count as calories, so I can drink a black coffee. Again, Black coffee is really good for speeding up the metabolism and burning fat while you work out. So I'll drink a coffee and I'll wait about 45 minutes to an hour before I start working out. And again, that helps you with your workouts. A little bit of caffeine goes a long way for workouts. So intermittent fasting aside, let's get to the first meal. Breaking the fast, to break fast. Okay, if you didn't get that, that's why they call it that. I'll start with something low carb, low calorie, because I don't want to just go from eating nothing to having a huge meal. So I'll have a Greek yogurt, banana, almonds, and chicken sausages here. So this comes out to about 24 grams of protein, 40 grams of carbs, 13 grams of fat. So it's only 368 calories in total. So it's pretty low for a beginning of eating. Right after my meals, I like to walk because it's the best time to walk. After you eat, you should have your body in an upright position. That helps with digestion. So you shouldn't be laying down. You should be upright. A lot of us, when we finish eating, we just want to lay down on the couch, lay down on our beds. That's gonna upset your stomach. That's gonna make digestion slower and not as effective. So I like to go for walks after I eat. Plus, I'm trying to walk 10,000 steps every day. Again, my goal is to lose body fat and keep my muscle, gain muscle, but mainly just keep my muscle for now because I'm not in the gym. So walking every day, increasing your steps per day. So if you do 2,000 a day, do 3,000 next week, 4,000 the week after. Walking burns calories. It does. It helps you lose body fat. So what you want to do is you want to just walk as much as you can, and hundreds of calories per day will add up. So in about a month, you'll have burned thousands of calories just from walking. That's a few pounds each month from just walking alone. Never mind your proper eating, never mind your workouts. Now it's time for my breakfast. So you already know this is my favorite meal. I love breakfast. I will start with eggs and oatmeal, two of my favorite foods because they're so satiating. And that word I just learned recently. Satiating foods are foods that prevent further hunger. So they are typically low in calories, but high in nutrients. So you feel very full after eating them. There's actually a whole satiety index, so you can find out which foods are higher and lower on a satiety index. For example, alcohol, very low on the satiety index. It has calories in it for sure. It's got food energy, but it's got no nutrients. So you've experienced this before, I'm sure. You drink a beer, a glass of wine, you're just hungry for more. It doesn't really make you full, it only makes you more hungry. Here's another example that really resonates with me personally. I used to always buy a 10-pack of Timbits when I was at work. I looked this up. 10 Timbits is about 700 calories, and I can eat that I can eat a 10-pack of Timbits in 2 minutes. I can also eat a pack of oatmeal in 2 minutes. The oatmeal is 100 calories. The Timbits are 700. So you see the difference, how satiating that oatmeal is, but the Timbits don't have as many nutrients, so they're not as filling or satiating. So that's how the satiety index works, and that's why I have eggs and oatmeal to start my meal. And speaking of food, I do have a chapter in my recent book, How to Vibe Out, an ebook. It's the longest chapter in the book, all about food, water, coffee, and all supplements, vibrations of food. It's such an interesting take on food you probably have never heard before. You'd really love this chapter. If you haven't got the book yet, make sure you get it. The link's in the description. So yeah, if you're enjoying this video, if you're enjoying this podcast and the ideas, you're gonna love the book. And you can get it for 25% off now until May 1st. Just enter 25 support, one word, at checkout. So let's move on to the smoothie because I love my smoothies so much. So what I usually put in my smoothie are fruits or veggies, okay? Great thing to put in there. Protein powder, of course, and some of my supplements, which are mostly superfoods. And the reason I love the smoothies so much is if I don't eat properly during the day or I have a bad meal here or there, my smoothie will have all the protein, nutrients, and superfood supplements that I need for the day. So it kind of like holds me down or grounds me for the day. I would always call it my anchor because it keeps me going through the day. So the smoothies are so important to me. So in this smoothie, I'm gonna put frozen fruit. I'm gonna put, you can put fresh fruit, you can put veggies. I'm gonna put some protein. I think I put 1 scoop in this one, but you can put however many scoops you want. I mean, for how much protein you need. And you can put spices and stuff in it as well. You know, pepper, turmeric. You can put seeds, flax and chia seeds. And for this one, I just put Ashwagandha, which is a supplement you're gonna see more of soon. Now it's snack time. Okay, I love to have snacks during the day, especially healthy snacks, because again, I wanna feel full, I wanna feel satiated without feeling hungry and having to reach for something unhealthy, because Lord knows there's unhealthy foods in my house. I'm sure you can relate. There's unhealthy options all around. You don't want to be caught hungry and desperate. That's when you go for the unhealthy food. So I like to snack during the day so I feel full. Here we have a protein snack. We have some veggies, some carrots, a banana, and some healthy popcorn. Popcorn is very high on the satiety index. It's what's getting me through this, losing body fat period. Popcorn is so filling. I love this Boom Chicka Pop style popcorn, this brand. It's amazing. So many different flavors, and yeah, popcorn's getting me through this. Then for dinner, I chefed it up. Disclaimer, I'm not a good cook. I'm not a good chef. I'm a rookie. But what I'm doing is I'm learning how to make meals here and there, types of meat, different vegetables, different combinations. And the law of 1% of improvement shows that if you just practice little and little every day, you'll be 37 times better by the end of 1 year. So that's how I'm doing it. I think I'm gonna be a great chef one day, as long as I keep up the interest to cook. A meal once a day or a few times every week. That's what I'm doing. So what's for dinner tonight is we have asparagus and chicken. I marinated the chicken and I used a lot of ingredients to marinate it. Just follow the simple recipe. And the asparagus is simply just cut it up and bake it. So boom, that was really good. Now lastly, let's talk supplements. Oh man, I love my supplements. They keep me vibing out. Okay, supplements are everything to me. They are superfoods. They do so many positives for you. And I throw them in my smoothies. Sometimes I just put them in my tea. There's different ways you can take supplements, but I like the powder versions of them so I can put them in my shakes a lot of the time. So let's go over some of these supplements because there's a lot here. I'm gonna just read through some of the benefits of each one. I made some notes here. And if you want any more information on each of the supplements, I'll put the links to the articles that I found them from, all the information. It's basically all from healthline.com, a great website. So let me go through some of the supplements and just read some quick benefits of each one. Listen up. Spirulina is a biomass of cyanobacteria. It's in powder form. It's a superfood packed with nutrients and antioxidants, high in protein, B vitamins, copper, iron, anti-inflammatory properties, may have anti-cancer properties, may reduce blood pressure and improve muscle strength and endurance, may aid blood sugar control. Chaga is a mushroom powder, may boost immune system and fight inflammation, lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol, and fight cancer. And I put the chaga in hot water with my tea. It almost tastes like cocoa. It's not that bad. It's like a bitter version of chocolate, so it's actually bearable. MCT oil could promote weight loss. It's an energy source, good for athletes for using fat as energy, manages cognitive impairments, Alzheimer's, epilepsy, and autism, reduces heart disease, lowers blood sugar. Fish oils. Disclaimer, I'm not that good at taking fish oils. They're pretty large pills, and I'm not good at taking pills, so I'm trying to get better at taking fish oils, but let me read you some of the benefits so you can hopefully want to get some yourself. Helps heart health, mental disorders, eye health, may aid weight loss, reduce inflammation, and so much more. Ashwagandha is an ancient medicinal herb, can reduce blood pressure, may have anti-cancer properties, can reduce cortisol levels, may reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, can boost fertility and testosterone in men. Okay, let's go, guys. Can improve memory and brain function, and more. I also have Maca root powder, highly nutritious, protein, fiber, B6, potassium, and more, increases libido in men and women, may improve mood, may boost sports performance and energy, may improve learning and memory, may reduce prostate size. Okay, fellas, listen up. So hopefully that wasn't too much information at once. If you want more information on any of the supplements, just go to the description. you can click the links and read more about each one. So final words here, we're almost done. I just want to speak on a few random pieces of information here and there, and then we'll head out. So most important thing for me has been this MyFitnessPal app. I talk about it in my ebook. I've talked about it on my social media. All the coaches and mentors I've talked about with the nutrition aspects, they've all preached, they all tell you to use MyFitnessPal. It's free to download on iOS or Android, and it tracks all your food, right? You have to track what you're eating, your weight. You have to track things if you want to have a goal and achieve your goal, right? You can't manage what you can't measure. So you want to be able to track these things. Number one, it's so easy to track these things on here. You can even scan the barcode of any food item, automatically pulls up the information. I also want to just say that it's very important to get protein in every meal you eat, okay? I know people always talk about less carbs, less fat, more carbs, fat. People forget to talk about protein. Every meal should have protein. You should be trying to have a gram of protein per pound you weigh. So for example, I'll show you a day of eating for me and my macronutrients. So here's my day of eating, trying to get 200 grams of protein, trying to get, around like just less than 200 grams of carbs, and then as little fat as I can. But yeah, that's a day of eating for me with some foods that you see here. And lastly, let me just shout out some people who have taught me some really interesting information that has changed the way I see nutrition. Chris Araya at Araya Health, he had in his recent ebook, which I read and I loved, Blueprint to Recovery. You may recognize our episode we did together, our podcast. He had some information in there about how much you should eat during the day. So you're supposed to eat 50% of all your calories as your first meal. So for breakfast, you should have 50% of all your calories. For lunch, you should have 35%. For dinner, 15%. So you should be eating less food as the day goes, which just makes sense if you think about it. You want to have energy to use during the day, so you have to eat food so you have energy available in the daytime. And lastly, to Jojo or Aureus Elite, that whole community there, for inspiring me and motivating me to go hard with my fitness goals. I lost like 17 pounds in the month of March alone. It's been crazy. So I wouldn't have been able to do it without all these positive influences around me in the field of nutrition and fitness. So shout out to all y'all. You know who you are if you're listening. And yeah, this was a fun episode to do because I've been so compelled to talk about food as I've been doing on my social media. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Comment below what your favorite food is, or just message me. Let's get a conversation going about this episode. And I'll see you guys next episode. It's going to be next week. So just stay tuned for updates, and I'll see y'all soon. Okay. Hope you had a good time here. This has been Vibing Out with Texony. I'm your host, Texony, aka Mr. WorldVibe, and I'm signing out. Peace.